Hi. Good evening, everyone. This is your coach and therapist, Ruth Waithera. It's always a pleasure to do this. I'm always very, very excited to have you here. I don't know whether we have people who have joined us. I don't know whether we have people who have joined us. Do we have anybody who is here with us yet? Because we need to know that we are not alone. We need to know that we are not alone. Do we have anybody who has joined us? Yes, we are coming live. Do we have anybody with us? Looks like people are yet to join. Yes, Mwende Ruth, it's good to know you are here so that we don't find ourselves alone talking to ourselves. Anybody? Any other person who is with us? Yes, thank you, Abigail, Beatrice. Maybe we can give people a few more minutes to join. Anybody else who is with us, please join. Let us know you are here. Yes, thank you, Bridget. A pleasure. Thank you so much. Who else do we have? So that we know we have a quorum before we proceed. Who else is with us? It's a Saturday, it's a live. I'm hoping people will be able to join. I'm hoping people will be able to come and be with us. Do we have somebody who is in the house with us? Maybe we can give them a few more minutes so that they join. Yes, Rosie. Thank you, Rosie. It's good to know you're not alone. That's why it's alive, so that we come and interact and we ask questions and have a moment with, wow, thank you, Pauline. Thank you so much. Who else is with us? Wow, Kemani Joki, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I'm excited. We can wait one more minute to see who else joins us so that we can be together. If you are with us, please say hello. We have a Facebook user. Say hello. It's encouraging. Today I'm in the house alone, but though I have a guest who will speak to us later. So let's know Ruth Nzioka. Thank you, Ruth, for coming. I appreciate you. Let us know where you're watching us from. I think it would be important so that we know where you are at this moment. Please tell us where you're watching us from. Wow, Lion Clubs Adventures Limited. Hi, Tabitha Mike. Hello. Hi. Where are you watching us from? Where are you watching us from? Wow, Betty Mwaura. Hi, Ruth. Thank you so much, Coach Betty. Wow, such a pleasure to have you here. Karibu sana. Karibu, karibu. Wow, Catherine Motuku from Racecourse, somebody, the Lions Cubs Adventures tuned in from Kisii, Kimani Joki from Gidurai. I'm so excited to have all of you tonight. Ruth is watching us from Egerton, Joro. So welcome to our webinar tonight. Wow, thank you, Facebook user Kathy, watching from Kiambu. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. Pauline is from Lower Kabete. Karibuni sana, karibu, karibu. I'm sure the rest will join us in the essence of time. Today's presentation or today's class, I had told you out there, we are talking about codependence. Keep up the good work. Thank you, watching from Nakuru. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And maybe you're wondering what it is that is in the session for you tonight. By the end of this session, I would want us to be able to understand Codependence. Chemu Kemboy, thank you. You are one of our fans. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on. I want you to understand codependence and how it manifests in your relationships. Like I've been saying through and through, is that the subconscious mind controls 90% of our life decisions. So, like 90% of the choices that you make on a day-to-day basis are controlled at your subconscious level. And these are choices concerning your partners, choices concerning how you parent, how you show up at work, how you relate with your friends. All this happens at the subconscious level. I see people are joining. Karibuni sana, karibuni. So I want you to be able to understand codependence and how it looks like and how it can manifest and affect your relationships. I know we have new people who are joining us for the first time. So I would want to introduce myself. My name is Ruth Waithera, your coach and therapist, Ruth Waithera. Like I always say, I'm a coach and a therapist. But over and beyond that, I identify with you. I've been where you are. I know most of us are here because of relationship struggles. So I understand how it feels like to go to bed when you're feeling overwhelmed and wake up in the morning with a very, very heavy heart. I understand how it feels like to cry yourself to bed at night, confused, you're in pain, you don't know how to deal with the challenges that are presenting for you. And one morning, I woke up and I looked at the woman that was staring at me back in the mirror, and I couldn't recognize her. The person that I was not the best version of me. I was this sad, drained. I had lost my zeal and my zest for life. And at around the same time, I also got an awakening call from one of my friends who looked at me one morning as I walked into work, and she told me, Ruth, whatever it is that is really bothering you, just drop it. She told me, you are very smartly dressed, you have a very nice outfit, but it looks like it's hanging on a clothesline. Why? Because I had wasted away. And she told me, you have makeup on, but it looks like it's on a corpse. You are lifeless. And that wake up moment put me on a mission. I became like a woman on a mission to try and discover myself and to be able to feel alive again, to be able to experience myself very, very authentically. And that is the drive that I have for this program. I want to see women starting to live again. I want to help you clarify the things that you are going through so that the confusion and the pain ceases. So once I got my wake-up call, I started my healing journey. It's my healing journey. I normally say it took me to places and to things I didn't know existed. I didn't know I had these things, but they were at my subconscious level. The subconscious that I'm telling you, at my subconscious mind, there were processes and programmings that were running there, and I needed to deal with those, and I needed to heal. So my goal in life is to help women get unstuck. I want that confusion and the pain to end. I want you to be able to gain clarity on what is happening in your life and in your relationship. And once you gain clarity, the decisions that you need to make becomes easy. You don't have to struggle so hard to understand what steps you need to take and what decisions you need to take. So I want us to look at our topic for tonight. I can see we have a lot of other people who are joining us. We have Penina Nyawara from Kisumu, a Facebook user from Nakuru, another person from Kahawa Sukari. Karibuni sana. Anne Wangoi from Nanyuki. Karibu, a Facebook user who is giving us a thumbs up. So karibuni sana. I was just introducing the topic for tonight. I want us to look at codependence and what it is. And I love simplicity. I love straight to the point. I don't believe in complications because the more we complicate life, the more difficult it gets. So once we talk about codependence, we don't go into jargons. I want us to be able to see how you apply it in your day-to-day life or how it manifests for you in a day-to-day life. Because one of the saddest statements that I hear from women go like this. Women will come and tell me, Ruth, I don't know what this person wants. They are struggling in a relationship. There are things that the partner is doing, but the woman is not able to decipher or is not able to understand or to know what this person wants. So they are feeling confused, they are stuck, they are in pain, but they don't know how to progress. They don't know how to deal with whatever it is that is presented to them. Others will tell me, Ruth, I don't know what else to do. Those are statements that just make me feel very, very, very sad. Ruth, I'm so confused. And I understand the pain that comes and accompanies confusion. When someone is saying, I don't know what this person wants, they are not communicating clearly. I'm here, I'm stranded, I'm stuck. This hurts, but the person, I don't know what they want. And the reason as to why these statements really hit me hard is because they communicate a few things. The first statement normally communicates something like this, that this beautiful soul, this woman, this lady, this very, very beautiful soul is looking for solutions outside herself. And that's why she's saying, I don't know what this person wants. She's waiting for another person to make decisions concerning her love life. In short, she has put the keys to her happiness and to her joy in another person's pocket, and she's waiting for this other person to make such an important decision on her behalf. So every time I hear that statement, for me, that is codependence manifesting. Why? It's very heartbreaking because her inability to recognize that by acting the way this person is acting, they are already communicating. So she's not able to pick that up. I know when we are dealing with difficult relationships, we're always looking for closure. But the people who will give you closure in a relationship are very, very few. Sometimes it's up to you to look at what is presented for you and understand this is what this person is communicating. But this lady, this beautiful soul, this beautiful, beautiful woman has all the answers right there, but she can't see them. Why? This is because from a very early age, she was programmed to look outside herself for solutions. So she's relying on somebody outside of herself to tell her what she needs to do. And that is why she's so confused and so stuck. She has been programmed to ignore her intuition. So you know what your heart is telling you. Your heart is telling you something. The inner self, that inner person, is telling you something. But you're so used to pushing that to the background. You're so used to ignoring that. You're hoping that somebody will come and give it to you straight, which rarely happens. So this is a person who does not believe in her ability to make decisions that are good for her. And if she tries to make those decisions on the evidence that is already presented to her, she will feel so guilty. She will feel so guilty that her system, all her internal systems will shut down. All the inner voice will be shut down by guilt, by feelings of confusion, and she'll be waiting for an external factor to come and tell her what to do. That is codependence. And every time somebody presents me with a question, I normally like to ask them a very, very simple question. It's supposed to trigger thought. So when somebody comes and tells me, this person, I don't know what they want, I normally ask you the question, what do you want? Because what you want, what you need to be able to clarify how you should deal with this situation is already within you. It's just that you're not looking within yourself, you are looking outside for somebody to come and validate your experiences for you, which should not be the case. And the moment somebody starts to present that way, those are normally patterns of codependence, an inability to have faith and belief in yourself. So I don't know how many of us have are experience this kind of a thing. Maybe you can put it for us in the comment section if you are bold enough to share, whereby you are feeling like, I need this person to communicate to me clearly. And if they're not communicating clearly, I'm not able to trust and to believe what is happening within me as communication enough to help me make a decision. So if you are in that space where you're feeling stuck that way, then maybe, you need to start looking at, maybe you have codependence patterns. So statement number 2 also breaks my heart, because a woman will come to me and she'll tell me, Ruth, I don't know what else to do. This is also another very difficult statement for me to hear, because what is it normally telling us? That this lady, this beautiful, beautiful soul, has been programmed to prove her worth. To prove her worth. This is a beautiful woman. She has potential. She has capability. She has this intrinsic worth. We are human. Human beings come with an intrinsic worth and value that doesn't have to be proven by actions. You are worth, you are complete at the core. You are the very being of God. That's what us Christians we believe. We believe that when God created us, he breathed life into us. That makes us the very being of God. So at the very core, I'm a very, very worthy person. But what have we been programmed into thinking? That we need to work to prove our worth. We need to work for love. That to be a good partner or a wife, you need to audition, like show capability, show up, do stuff that will prove to this person that you're better than the others in the market, which is a very sad reality. Because while there is what you're supposed to do to keep a relationship healthy and stable and working, you're not supposed to be proving your worth. If the person you are with demands that you keep proving and proving and proving your worth, then there's a problem. And if you keep feeling the need to prove your worth, and I know some of us, when we say that, they're like, no, we are not, we're just doing. There are things you're supposed to do as a woman to be able to keep your man. At your subconscious level, the programming that is running there is that you are trying to prove you're worthy. I want to show this person that if they got out there, they can't get a better deal. I am the best deal there is. That is a dysfunction. I've been talking about dysfunctions and dysfunctions throughout. That's a dysfunction. That's codependence. You don't believe in your worth as a human, that I don't need to do anything. As a woman, Ruth, the woman that I am, I'm already so worthy that actually the person that gets to come into my life is lucky. They are extremely lucky. I don't need to do anything to prove that. And this is the reason as to why you will see me telling women in our forums, pause. Because we have been programmed into doing. Your relationship is not working, you go on overdrive. What are you doing? You're trying to prove your worth. Karibuni, I'm seeing we have a lot of people who have joined us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have started, we are proceeding. I pray that you will catch up. Monica Kirui, Nico Locked. Closure is the word. Karibu sana, Monica. So I'm saying, when I realize that women are struggling in relationships, I will not give you things to go and do fast. I'll tell you to pause. Why is this so? I know we have business people in our midst. I know we have ladies, and I'm saying we also have some gentlemen who run businesses here. What do you do when your business is taking a downward trend? It's making losses. It's not giving you the kind of profits you require. Do you run to the bank and take a bigger loan, come and pump money into the business? So if last time you had taken a loan of 300,000, you go and now take 3 million, because you know what? This business just needs more money. If I pump in more money, things will work. That is not what we do. If your business is not working, if your business is not giving you the results that you need, if it's going through losses, you normally invite people, experts, to come and do an evaluation, make an assessment, and recommend intervention strategies that will give you the kind of fruits that we want. So why don't we never do the same for our relationships? Relationships look like this very confusing thing. Our programming, our codependence tendencies tell us, you know what, if a relationship is not working, you need to do more. Sometimes if a relationship is not working, you need to do less. You need to pause. It's not to go on overdrive and try to prove your worth. And sometimes we are trying to prove our worth to partners who don't give a damn about the worth and the value that we bring to the table. They don't. Actually, it's like giving gold to someone who does not understand the value of gold. And then you keep heaping gold onto them, hoping that one day they will discover that you are gold. That is a codependence pattern. Karibuni, I don't know whether someone can identify with what I'm talking about, how you have been behaving in your relationships, what kind of strategies you have been improving. If you've been going on overdrive, please tell us. Me, I've been going on overdrive, doing. There is the doing part, because there are steps that you need to take. But before you know what steps to take, please do an assessment, do an evaluation. Do an evaluation. That is how a healthy feminine woman shows up in her relationships. These are the things we do. Those are codependent traits. And if you have been in a situation that has been draining your energy, you've been doing all the things you've been told to do, you have done, and it's not giving you the kind of results that you want, it is time to pause. Because like I normally say, if you keep pouring into a dysfunctional relationship, pouring the wrong strategies, doing the wrong things, it's like pouring into a bottomless pit. It never gets filled up, and you run out of resources to pour. So you keep pouring, you pour, you get resentful. This person does not treat you like you would have wanted them to treat you. They don't behave the way you would have wanted them to behave by the things you have been doing. So you start getting resentful. Someone says, I've been overthinking, because there is silent treatment. Silent treatment, my dear Mwende Ruth, is communication. It's communication. People will tell you, oh, you're being given silent treatment because of how you are talking to this person, how you communicate. Nah. If somebody is giving you silent treatment, they are communicating. It's up to you to try and understand what that communication is, so that if you need to apply strategies, then you know what strategies to apply. So thank you, Ruth. Is there someone else who wants to tell us how they have been reacting? Emma Grace, I hear you well, Ruth. I am that woman who always does so much in her relationships. I keep doing and doing to prove my worth. I'm so happy, Neema, that you're able to recognize that you keep doing because you're trying to prove our worth. Women, a lot of women don't realize that by the doing, they are normally auditioning. It's like, here I am, see me, I'm the best you can never get. And the person you're auditioning for is not interested sometimes. So you keep auditioning. So today you audition in this outfit. He doesn't appreciate it. Tomorrow you find yourself trying to audition in a different way. So you keep doing. It gets to a point now you are drained. Your energy, your emotional energy, your psychological, mental, it's all drained. And the situation does not change. Someone else, Lynette, is saying I'm on post mode, but I want to come out because everything in me is saying leave. It's good to listen to your inner guide, your inner voice. It always knows what is best for you. But we have been programmed to ignore how we feel, show up for everybody else. Show up for everybody else. The auditioning. Somebody is saying, I actually say, if you lose me, you will never get another one like me. It's good to ask yourself when you are saying that, what is running at the back of your mind? Because some women, I've actually seen a very dangerous thing that women do. So a woman is in a difficult relationship and she walks out to try and prove a point. So she'll go sit somewhere and wait. The person she's running away from, they are normally a bit smart. So they'll give you some time. They will not talk to you. Si wanakupatia muda ujipike. They will not talk to you. They will give you space. Then when they understand how you're starting to miss them, because you didn't understand why your relationship was not working, so you just jumped out. So they'll come back wearing, doing all the things that you have been complaining about, they will be done. So this person will start communicating better. They will start giving you the love that you've been asking for. And then you start thinking, maybe this person has changed. And because you didn't understand the root cause of the problem, they give you the scenario of like it's called what? The whitewashing of the tomb. So from the outside, it looks very nice. So for a moment, you go back and for a moment, you have a honeymoon phase. Then the same patterns, the same issues start presenting again. And you will hear women say, I think I left him and then he realized how valuable I was. Now he's calling me every day. He's calling me, na. If you don't understand what the root cause of the problems is, you will keep on finding yourself in a cycle. So once you are telling yourself, I think you'll never get another one like me, it's good to understand at the background of your mind what belief systems are operating there. Catherine Mutuku is saying, I struggled to arrive at the decisions of living while my intuition said so, but eventually gathered the strength to live. Struggled with guilt initially, but now I'm at a safe space. Kudos. I know it takes a lot of courage to be able to make that decision to work out. So, Catherine, if this is the decision you made, is a decision that is good for you, congratulations. And I also like to affirm women who have not been able to live. I like to say that living is also a process. So if you're in that process where you're still struggling, you don't know what to do, some people need to live, others don't need to live. So it's good to be in your space. It's good to listen to what your inner guides are telling you. It's good to do an evaluation so that you understand the right strategy to use. Rahab is saying, I value peace, and therefore, in the process of seeking peace and avoiding conflict, I keep overdoing, going on overdrive. I always say, pause. If you find yourself in a situation where you have to go on overdrive, pause. Pause. Because you are acting out of fear, you are acting out of desperation. All that is negative energy. It will not give you the kind of fruits that you want. And I know there are some of us who are saying, Ruth, me, I'm not a codependent. I was in that state some few years back. I really hated to hear the term codependent. I hated it because I felt like people are blaming me for the pain that I'm in. And I also felt like I'm being told I'm a weakling. Me, I'm not a weakling. I'm the strong one. But when I allowed myself to evaluate my life, when I allowed myself and I put myself through the healing process, I realized, you know what? I have a lot of codependency tendencies. I had them. I needed to heal my father wounds and my mother wounds. I needed to address my abandonment issues. I had them. I needed to challenge my thoughts and belief systems. And that is when now I came to understand what codependency is all about. So codependency is not like us blaming you for the things that you are going through. But if you don't admit that you have codependency patterns, then you're not able to heal. You're not able to address the root cause of your problems. And you cannot deal with what you have not brought to awareness. It is not possible. It's good to bring to awareness your codependence patterns, how they show up for you. Awareness is key. It's like trying to deal with an enemy whose tactics you don't understand. You can't win If you're going to go on to battle with an enemy, you need to understand their tactics. So you need to be able to understand, how does codependence show up for me? Karanja Mary is saying, I stopped doing, I sit and let it be. Nothing is worthy my energy anymore. Karanja Mary, I feel the space you are in. I had a very interesting conversation today with some few friends of mine, and we were discussing these things, and we were saying a lot of us move from one end of the, it's called what? One end to the other end. We move from overdoing, you go to doing nothing. Overdoing is not healthy. Doing nothing is also not healthy. The healing process is what helps you bring these two together. You find a very healthy middle ground where healthy relationships thrive. Either end of the continuum is not good. Doing nothing, doing everything. Either of those ends are not good. So it's always good to come together and find a healthy middle ground where healthy relationships work, where you're able to address your concerns, your issues in a way that gives you the kind of results that you desire. Ruth Nzioka is saying, I was a doer for so many years, and the moment I stopped, he walked out, hoping I would look for him. I have moved on and accepted. Now he's pestering me. Ruth Nzioka, it's good to be careful. It's good to assess and understand exactly what you are dealing with. Don't just jump back in. And this is where healthy boundaries comes in. This is where assertiveness comes in. And this is where the first issue that I talked about asking yourself, what do I want? What were the reasons as to why I stopped overdoing? What was happening there? Because those reasons will be your grounding. It's good to have a strong enough reason. Once you have a strong enough reason, you always go back to it and say, why is it that I came to this resolution in the first place? Once you understand that, you are careful not to get drawn back, and now you get into a cycle. And I think we need to continue. So I'm saying I was a codependent for the longest time. I was addicted. The other day we had Carol here, and Carol was talking to us about attachment styles and how some of us are so insecurely attached that we are addicted to relationships. Some of us will confuse addiction to love, to being in love. There are some of us who are in love with the idea of being in love. We just want to be in love with someone. We just want to have a man in our lives. We can't do without a man in our lives that we say we are in love with. And some of us will take any man, regardless of who the person is. If you ask them what they really, really love about this person, and you listen carefully, you will realize that they are in love with the idea, the notion, the potential, and the hopes that they have about this person. So they have created this relationship in their head. Codependents don't like to be alone. They feel like if I'm alone and I don't have a man, it simply means I'm not worthy. So to be able to prove my worth, oh, I must have a man. So you'll pick anything. Anybody that comes away, you pick. Very, very unhealthy. So my job is to help you see reality, is to help you clarify things. I always say healing never comes in the absence of truth. Healing never comes in the absence of truth. You must be willing to face your truths as they are, as hard as they are, embrace them, process the pain that those truths bring for you, then you gain clarity. The reason is where a lot of us are struggling is because we are employing the wrong strategies for the wrong problems. So you don't get results. You overdo, or you underdo. So you don't get the kind of results that you desire. So I want you to understand that the attraction between two dysfunctional people, because the victim of abuse and the abuser are both dysfunctional. It's just that they are dysfunctional from two ends of a continuum. This attraction happens at a very subconscious level. It's something that both of them are unaware. It's the power of the subconscious mind. I told you the subconscious mind controls 90% of your decisions. 90%. A lot of us are not aware of that. So the abuser and the victim are both codependents. They are meeting different needs for each other. And unless they heal from their inner traumas, unless they heal from their inner woundedness, their father wounds, their mother wounds, from abandonment issues, unless they heal from all those issues, insecure attachment styles, that relationship will not thrive. It will not give you the respect and attention that you desire, the love that you really crave for. And in very severe cases, like we've been talking about, I've been seeing people asking questions about narcissism. If you're dealing with one of those dangerous abusers, because even abuse has levels. We have narcissists and psychopaths. They are dangerous beings. That relationship has the potential to kill you. It will kill you physically in some instances. In other instances, it kills your dreams and your ambitions. That is why it is so important to heal. It is critical that you heal if you really, really want to attract the kind of a partner that you crave for. And the other day here, we talked about energy levels. We always say you attract who you are. That doesn't mean that you're an abuser. It simply means that you're operating at the low energy levels of low self-worth, low self-esteem, resentment, anger. You are going to attract people at that level. So that is why you'll find yourself attracting narcissists and psychopaths and abusive, toxic, difficult people, because you're operating at that level. So healing removes you from that level. It raises your energy vibrations such that now you're able to attract the healthy, divine, masculine men. And they are there. We don't have a shortage of good men, by the way. It's just that the kind of men you're attracting are the unhealthy ones. The moment you become a divine feminine, a healthy divine feminine, you will attract a healthy divine, a masculine man. If you are in the unhealthy stages and you encounter a healthy divine masculine, you don't appreciate them. Because, like I've said here before, sometimes we fall in love with what is familiar. So you are familiar to dysfunctions. You have chaos and dysfunctions within you. That is what is familiar. So the person who comes presenting those is the one you fall in love with, thinking it's love. Kumbe, it's the comfort that comes with familiarity. So when you come to me for therapy sessions, presenting relationship problems, I normally help you go to the root of the problem. I will help you process your current pain, because when you are in pain, you can't function. So to be able to help you function in your day-to-day responsibilities, in work, in parenting, in, your day-to-day work, I'll help you process that pain, because when you're in pain, you can't function. So I want you to process your current pain, clear the confusion, and all that. But I will also guide you to the root of the problem. Why? Because once we address the root of your problem, then we have dealt with toxic relationships for good. You will not find yourself settling for another toxic partner. So my therapy, my coaching goes to the root of the problem. And I also I'm a person who loves results. I'm a person who loves growth. I love to see people move. So I don't want to be like your forever therapist, just coming to me when you're in pain. We give you a band-aid, we cover the pain, go. You go 2-3 months down the line, the problems start presenting themselves, then you come to me and we process. No, I don't like being that kind of a coach. I don't like being that kind of a therapist. I love to deal with the roots of the problems. So I don't want to keep, coming and be like, yeah, forever therapist. The beauty with dealing with the unconscious programming is that it will cut across all areas of your life. You will get better not only at your relationships, You will get better at work. You become more confident. You will find yourself applying for jobs you wouldn't have been applying for because your confidence and your esteem has been boosted once you address the programming at the subconscious level. You'll be able to be a better parent, a better friend. Things will just turn around. You will even find yourself now attracting more money, being a better person. Because once we address the subconscious mind, which is 90% of decisions, critical mind only makes 10% of your decisions. And a lot of us really concentrate on the critical mind, which is not where we should be looking at. And the reason that where we realize the dysfunctions in our romantic relationships is because there's a lot of pain that comes with that. But we have many other areas of our lives that are dysfunctional. How you relate with friends. Are you the kind who just says yes to friends? Yes, yes. Even when you know you shouldn't. Unaenda kupoesha kwa wenyewe kwako kunawaka moto, but you first of all abandon your needs, abandon your issues, you go and sort another person's issues. You can't say no. You are overdoing in other relationships. How much money are you making? Are you comfortable with where you are in terms of your career? How indecisive, how easily do you make decisions? Or do you keep going back and forth, second guessing yourself? Are you unable to say no to people and situations that you should be saying no to? Are you able to say yes to people and situations that you should be saying yes to? So if you realize you have these patterns in your life, it's just that the romantic relationship presents a lot of pain. And that is why it's normally the first thing to present. When I healed from my traumas, I had been sitting on a master's degree for 9 years. 9. I know some of you did your master's degrees in 2 years, dusted, moved on. Me, I was on mine for 9. Why? I had anxiety issues. And those anxiety issues were so bad. My anxiety was so bad. I would get mental block. I can't reach my mind. It's like my mind is out of reach. There is no flow. There's no connection between my soul and my mind. And when there's no flow and that connection, you can't be productive. And it could go on for months. I wouldn't be able to access my thoughts. It was a strange thing. Lack of self-awareness. I didn't know it was anxiety. I didn't. But the moment I managed to heal this, and I did it with no medication, just processing my pains, my inner traumas, my father wounds, my mother wounds, my fears. I did that with daily practices and other techniques, and eventually anxiety lifted. Anxiety lifted to the extent that I was now able to come, finish my master's, do other things. And since I was able to lift that anxiety, I was even able to start a business. It's why I'm here. I wouldn't have been able to do something like this a few years ago. So your inner woundedness, your traumas could really be blocking so much more than the romantic relationship that is presenting itself. So I would love to give you therapy and coaching experiences like you have not experienced before. I'll not only help you with your current pain, I want to equip you with tools, things you can do on a day-to-day basis in all areas and aspects of your life. Principles that cut across. Things that when you do them, they will not only improve your relationships, they will improve your work, they will improve your social life, how you relate with your friends. They will improve how you show up as a parent. Because remember, trauma is passed down through generations. The other seminars we did here, we talked about the 0 to 7 programming, the adverse childhood experiences, the impact of the caregivers to their children. Some of these things you're presenting are as a result of how you were raised. So if you don't address your traumas now, if you don't address your inner woundedness now, you will pass it over to your kids. And the chain continues. And there's a reason as to why we are alive at this moment where everybody is talking about healing. Because it's time to break those generational traumas. It's time to break those things that have been running in your family. Those things that have been passed down to you. It's time to break them. So if you would love to enjoy such an experience, I want to do an assessment. And I want you to book an assessment. There's a link that we have put there. Come through the link, book a day, an hour that's convenient, where we can sit down with you. I will listen to you and I'll make an assessment and make a recommendation. It is a 1 hour session, which will cost 3,000. And like I always say, me, I'm not a forever coach. I'm not a forever therapist. I don't want to hang on to you 6, 7 months down the line. We are still here trying to address issues, whitewashing the tomb. No, me, I love to be precise. I love to be precise. I love to hit the point, give you the things that will help you heal, move on, get promotions, attract relationships that you want, become a better parent. Those are the things and the experiences that I want to give you. So if you do the assignments that I give you, because I don't just talk. Talking and talking and talking. Everybody out here says they are a counselor. And they will talk. You will talk, they will listen, you will talk. You come tomorrow and talk. And there is no change. There is no change in your life. So I'll give you assignments. And if you do these assignments and do them well, I don't do more than 8 sessions. Some people even get better by the 5th session. Some people manage with less than 5 sessions. But only if you do your work and you do it well. I love growth. I love to see progress. So I push my clients to get results. So I'll not be your therapist 36, 7 months down the line. No, we'll be doing other things. I want to be seeing you thrive. I want to be receiving good reports. I want to see you move on. On top of that, anybody who will book a session with me gets one of my best courses. I love to call it the Queen's Clarity and Triumph Masterclass. You will get it absolutely free. And this class is a treasure for anyone who is struggling to understand what is happening in their relationship. Every time I create courses for relationship struggles, I love to look at the worst case scenarios. And for me, relationship abusive relationships, my worst case scenarios is normally not physical abuse. And I'm not trying to underrate or underestimate the effects of physical abuse. No. But physical abuse sometimes is easier for people to understand. If you run to your mother's house and you have a bruise on your face, or somebody hit you and broke your arm, your mother and father are likely to stand at the door and say, no more. You're not going to hurt our daughter anymore, because they can see it. But how do you deal with the kind of abuse that is hidden? It is unseen. You're dealing with a partner who is meeting your financial needs. And remember, somebody can be meeting your financial needs and be financially abusing you. So how do you deal with this partner who is meeting your financial needs? Maybe they are a pastor. They are a reputable person in the society. Out there, they are charming. Everybody loves them. Everybody speaks well about them. But you are the one who faces the brunt of the abuse, but there is nothing to show for it. You try to talk, people can't understand. You will be told you're being unappreciative. You must be disrespectful towards this person. He's so good. He has bought you a car. Your children are attending group of schools. He's the bishop, for goodness sake. He's an architect. He's an engineer. A very, very, very prominent member of society, or a very useful man in the family. People adore him, but he's abusing you. So when I am creating courses, I create courses with you in mind. So if you are really struggling to understand what is happening in your relationship because you have not been hit, people normally ask you, amekuchapa, has he beaten you? When you say no, people are like, then what you're saying can't be that serious. But it is serious. You're bearing the brunt of it each and every single day. So if you're struggling with something like that, this course will be for you. It's a 5 lessons class. It covers important lessons on abuse. It will tell you, it will help you understand what is abuse. the effects that abuse has on you. Very, very important. Tactics and tools that abusers use. It's easy to say you are being abused if somebody called you a cow or a pig or a dog or a prostitute or something along that line. But what other things could this person be doing to manipulate you, to play mind games on you as a form of abuse that you're not aware of? So once you access this course, this is what you will be coming to understand. This course will also give you, it will also introduce you to some practical things that you can do to start your healing journey. I will give you practical exercise, practical things that you can do. And these are not complex things. These are simple things that you can do without, really spending so much of your time and get real-time results. How I managed my anxiety is because I practice things that give me real-time results. Real-time. And I've also come to understand that if you understand abuse and the tactics that abusers use, clarity comes. Life becomes much, much easier for you. So for the value of one session, you get a bundle of 6,000, worth 6,000 shillings, because this course costs us 3,000 shillings. That's how much I sell the course at. So take this opportunity. I mean, how much better can this get? And this offer is only available for a limited time. So if you want to grab this offer, if you want to enjoy this offer, if you want to have one-on-one sessions, please use the link that has been posted in the comment section to book a session with me. For those of us who want to dive and do some thorough work, real deep issues, addressing your childhood traumas, your mother wounds, your father wounds, abandonment issues, those who really want to understand the bottom of this subconscious programming that I always talk about, we are launching a group coaching next week. People have already started reserving their slots, but it's not too late. We still have a few days to go. So this program is suitable for those who are struggling in their relationships, or those who have managed to move out of a difficult relationship and they want to heal before they can move to the next relationship. We always say, I know there's a common term that we use here in the Kenyan, our social media. Ukiwachwa, unaoga, unarudi soko. That's fine. But kabla uoge urudi soko, before you take a bath and dress up again and go to the market, please heal. Because you'll find yourself moving from one difficult, toxic relationship to another because you didn't take time to address the things that made you attract a toxic partner for the first time, or you haven't healed from the pain that this relationship has caused you. Relationships come with pain. Breakup is painful. So don't just ignore it by washing it over and applying balm on it. Deal with it. So if you're in this situation, then this course is really useful for you, because after this course, we'll have no more attracting dysfunctional partners. The partners that we've really been craving for. Those ones we think they don't exist. They are there. And this course will help you to be able to attract them. It's an 8 weeks program. It will go into your childhood traumas, healing them, dealing with your issues so that eventually, you fall into the right hands. So if you're struggling in a relationship, this program is also your saving grace, because besides the 8 weeks program, the same course that I talked about, the Queen's Clarity and Triumph Masterclass, I will also give you that course free of charge. You will also get tools that will help you heal, tools that will help you gain clarity and to make the right decision. The subconscious mind is programmed through exercises, through practices, through things you do. Anxiety is managed. Anxiety presents physically sometimes. You can feel it. You can feel your heart changing. You can feel your mind clogging up. You can feel fear overcoming. So you need to be able to do physical things that counter the anxiety. So these are the things that we are going to be learning in the 8 weeks coaching programs. The program is called the Queen's Inner Circle. We'll have very serious interactions amongst ourselves. It's a place for you to ask questions. It's a place, I will be giving you space to discuss your assignments so that you gain clarity Once you do your assignments, we see where the issues are, we help you process them, and eventually we have the healed best version of you. So week 1, we'll be addressing your adverse childhood experiences. I talked about adverse childhood experiences here last time, the last seminar we had. So you can look up that video. Week 2 is to understand how those issues that presented in week 1 are manifesting in our relationships and in our day-to-day lives. Then week 3, the real work begins. This is where we'll be embracing and processing pain. Pain should not be dwelling in your body. If pain dwells in your body, it will make you sick. So from week 3, we are starting to embrace and to process pain. So week 4, we'll be looking at the healing practices. We have basic practices. Then at week 5, we'll go to the more advanced practices that help you regulate your emotions and attain an inner balance. This course will help you to be in tune with the who you are at the core, the real person that you are at the core. So these practices are supposed to bring you that balance, within yourself, an emotional balance, so that you stop attracting chaos to yourself. Week 6, we'll do boundary setting and healthy detachment. Those who have heard from me for a while know I am a fan of boundaries. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Boundaries are saving for relationships, but we are so afraid to make them. And sometimes I say, I feel sad when I talk about boundaries and you see people go like, the confusion, like, boundaries? Are you saying that I start saying no? Won't saying no make my relationship worse? No, it won't. Boundaries are learning when to say no and when to say yes. And they are not walls. Because once you put walls, you find yourself trapped inside, you can't get out, and even those who should be coming in are not able to come in because you've already put up walls. So boundary setting is important so that you know how to create the door that you open for the people who are supposed to come in and you shut for the people you're supposed to keep it out. So week 7, we'll be looking at anger and forgiveness. Anger and forgiveness. Anger is a healthy emotion. We only need to know how to work with it. We only need to know how to work with it. Forgiveness, for healing to happen, you must learn how to forgive. So I'll be helping us create a balance on the two ends of the continuum between anger and forgiveness. So how do we bring the two of them in the middle to create a very, very healthy being? And on the last week, we'll be dealing with silencing the inner critic, the guilt. A lot of us have an enemy in our heads who keeps shutting us down, who stops us from making decisions that we know are right for us. So that inner critic, we will address, we will try and silence so that you're able to be saying your yeses and your nos guilt-free. So I'm opening myself to one-on-one sessions. I'm opening myself to group coaching. And today we have one of us who have done my one-on-one sessions. Her name is Grace. So Grace is here. I wanted her to share with us briefly her experience working with me. So Sam Ambrose, you can bring Grace in so that she can share how that experience was for her, for the members of our community who are here.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Ruth, for giving me this opportunity to at least share about my experience working with you. So my name is Joyce Nganga, and I'm based in Nairobi. And a few weeks ago, I had a distress situation. And I think I was looking at who I can speak to, and the people on my phone, I felt that they would not understand what I was going through. It was a relationship distress. And so, just when I was going through Facebook, I came across Ruth's page, and I resonated so much with the advice there. And I followed and I read, and just like that, I decided to go on WhatsApp. I think the page takes you to a WhatsApp. So I decided to text on the WhatsApp, and I got a response almost immediately. I was in distress for real. And her response, one, was the one thing that made me feel that this is somebody who really understands what it is to be in distress and what is to be in pain. So I was really, really happy and relieved that somebody responded on the other side, and somebody I did not know, but I felt that that somebody understood the situation. And so actually she called. I think we got into a conversation on WhatsApp, and we got a call the same day, the same evening, and I got to explain what I was going through, and then it felt nice to talk about it. And then we scheduled for structured mentorship or coaching sessions, which I did. I think 4 of them. Yeah, 1 hour long. I love that they were flexible because I have a full-time job. So I would choose, today doesn't work, let's do tomorrow, let's do an early morning, let's do a Saturday. So for me, that really worked so well. And thank you, Ruth, for that flexibility. I also loved the fact that when we did the sessions, it when you're explaining about your distress in a relationship to a stranger, you don't know whether this person will come in and judge you and rebuke you. And I think I somehow fall in the category of what we are talking about today, overdoing in relationships. So I came with that fear, whether I would be understood, whether I'll be heard, whether I'll be supported. And I'm glad to say that through the sessions, I felt that it was a non-judgmental, and Ruth offered an environment that was non-judgmental, non-stigmatizing for me. And I felt at home. And because of that, I was able to open up everything about the relationship. And I just kept opening up up to a point. I did the assignment. There were many assignments. After every session, there was an assignment, which I did. And of course, shared my answers or my results, or, the assignment back. But towards the fourth session, we actually arrived at a place where we felt that we had addressed the issue, and Ruth had given me the tools that I needed, and I felt empowered that from there on I could walk on my own. And so we actually discontinued the journey after on the fourth session, which was not planned, but we just went into the session and had a conversation, and at the end of it agreed, by the way, you got it, you have it, you can deal with it, and you have the tools that you need. And I felt very comfortable. I am still comfortable, and I'm using the tools that I was given to continue to make decisions about my life and my relationships and all. So thank you so much. Happy to answer any question. Because of time, maybe Ruth, I'll stop there. But if Ruth, you want to ask a question to me as somebody who's gone through the process, I can answer a question. And thank you. And I'll claim for my free class. I understand there's a free class. I need to claim for
Yes,
that one.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. We'll talk. We'll talk. Joyce. I'm happy that you have talked about the tools,
yeah,
because sometimes the reason as to why people don't get better is because they are so reliant on the therapist,
yeah,
such that once they go and encounter a small challenge out there, they come running back to the therapist or the
mm,
coach.
yeah,
And I want to raise a community of people who are able to address issues and move. They don't have to like be dependent on the therapist, like like a child with a mother.
yeah,
So I'm happy that you have mentioned that that helped you, because that for me is key. That for me is key. And I like people who get better fast. One of the reasons is why I love Joyce is like Joyce would do her assignments. I give her an assignment, she does it, we discuss. She got to a point and I was like, this girl, you know what? She's good to go. She's good. She doesn't have to keep on coming. Keep on coming. So thank you, Joyce, for presenting yourself. I'm happy.
yeah.
Thank you for doing this. Uh Members of the community, you've seen Joyce, you've had Joyce. If you want to have such experiences, there's a link that we have put in the comment section. You can follow the link and book a call. Those who are interested in the 8 weeks group coaching session, you only need to make an investment of 15,000 paid through the M-Pesa bill. There, we shall put this M-Pesa pay bill number in our forums. There's also a direct M-Pesa number that you can make your payments to. If you're not able to make a one-time payment, we have created an installment option for you. You can make 2 installments of 8K each. I want to remind us that the group sessions are starting next week. So people have already reserved their spots. So if you really want to join us, you need to do this and do it and grab this opportunity fast. And like I have said, you will also get access to the Queen's Clarity and Triumph Masterclass course so that you're able to gain clarity in relationships. I can see our time is much spent. We are past our 9 o'clock hour. I'll just rush through here to see whether there's a question that I'm able to answer. I don't know whether Sam Ambrose has something you want to say. I see somebody was asking, how do you go about the healing process? Therefore, these are the things. Healing is a journey, let me say so. Healing is a journey. And you need guidance, like what Joyce has said. You may need to put yourself under a therapist or a coach who will listen to your issues, give you tools to be able to process the healing. So depending on the issues that you are presenting, you'll be given tools that will help you to be able to address that. So healing will happen through a therapy session, coaching session. So if you are interested, please make a booking through the link provided. Catherine is asking how much is the group coaching. Group coaching is 15,000. You can make 2 installments of 8,000 each. We are starting next week. So if you really, really want to be part of this group, please make your payment fast. So Sam, you want to say something? If Sam is not available, someone is saying I'm dating a narcissist, and I can tell you it's too much manipulation, guilt tripping, controlling, threats. It's so hard to live because it feels wrong. Yes, it feels wrong, but I like to say the fact that you're feeling guilty doesn't make it wrong. The fact that you're feeling guilty doesn't make it wrong. So if you know what you're supposed to do, please proceed and do what you are supposed to do. So if we have no other questions, I really want to appreciate you for your time. Thank you for coming for this live. Those who didn't make it, we shall get the recording tomorrow. Please share with a friend, let them know what we are doing here in this community. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening and have a very, very blessed night. Thank you.